Hi, and welcome to the show. Today we're going to be meeting with Debbie Sipowicz. Debbie is the founder of Hip Chicks in Midlife. It's a business all about empowering women to get and stay as fit as possible so they can enjoy the second half of their life and live their life to the fullest of their dreams. Thank you very much for joining us today, Debbie.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So you focus a lot on the food part, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. There's a lot of parts, obviously, to staying and getting healthy, but my focus is really on food, health, and nutrition. And I start there because, in my opinion, that's the easiest place to start because we do it 3 times a day regardless.
So what got you interested in the whole idea of health, food, and science?
Well, I would say I've always been a foodie. My entire life, I'm really wrapped. I love everything there is about food. I love to eat it, share it, entertain, cook, you name it.
Don't we all?
And about 10 years ago, I had my own health crisis. I was a brand new mother. I was 42 years old, and I went to the doctor one day just for a routine physical. No problems at all. And I came back the next day with a cancer diagnosis. And so to say that shakes your world is a real understatement, but I learned so much in that process, and I really started changing how I view food. So it's not only something that you just enjoy eating, but it's something that you can really use to heal your body, and to me that was incredible.
So what do you see as some health trends that the women you work with are experiencing?
I see a lot of trends out there, but one of the big ones that I see over and over are more and more food intolerances. And food intolerance is different than a food allergy, but when you have a food intolerance suddenly come into your life, like all of a sudden you can't eat gluten or wheat or something like that, or sugar, it really can turn your world upside down. And I see that more and more people are discovering that these foods aren't working for them. And that's why there's just so much more to food and nutrition than just eating more fruits and vegetables. And that's what I, sort of help people get through.
So if you can give us one tip for someone might want to do if they're struggling with a food or health issue, what would that be?
That's a good question. There are a lot of tips out there I would say the number one tip though is just to start where you are. And I say that because I know a lot of times when you're hit with a big health wake-up call or a big health crisis, the tendency sometimes is to do this sort of all or nothing approach, like, go 100% raw or 100% vegan or become 100% vegetarian. And that's not only doesn't work usually as a sustaining practice, but it's not good for your body either. So if you just start where you are and take one step at a time, I assure you, you have time, you can figure it out and get the support you need to get through the struggle.
Well, Debbie, thank you very much for joining us. Very informative, and obviously you've lived the challenge of some of what your audience is going to be interested in learning a lot about. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure. Debbie Sipowicz, she's a food and health coach, Hip Chicks in Midlife. Love the name. Check out the website, hipchicksinmidlife.com. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.